Hey guys, welcome to Life on 30A. I'm AJ Baduke, your trusted 30A buyer's agent, and right behind me is 8035 East County Highway 30A, and this property is awesome for so many reasons. We've got 3 stories, various balconies, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and almost 4,000 square feet, plus a pool back there. And one of the coolest things is that right here, let's see if I can point to it accurately, this is the beach access. And if I was taller, you could see the water over here. I'm sorry, I'm not that tall, but there you have it. Thank you, Oliver Robbins with the Premier Property Group, for allowing us to tour this beautiful property. It's gonna look a little bit more dull right now because it's been pouring. Actually, you could probably see it in the thumbnail. It was actually like just torrential downpouring on me whenever I took the picture. Maybe I need to take another one. But it's actually this really beautiful beachy blue. And this, like, here we go, eagle's nest area all the way at the top there actually has a wraparound porch the entire way around. It's so cool. We're gonna see all of it. I just got bit by something. Oh my goodness, this is Florida. Listen, it's gonna rain like every 15 minutes and things here bite. We're like the Australia of the US. Trying to make sure I don't bring a bunch of water in here. Even though these floors have this beautiful natural stone tile. Take a look at these. Look how beautiful this is. Absolutely love it. So this house was built in 2006. And I believe it's currently being used as an Airbnb and doing quite well, I imagine, with how close we are to the beach. It's a really important thing. Our properties that are easy walking distance to the beach absolutely perform far better than properties that have a little bit more walking to do before they can get to the beach, or if they have to drive a golf cart or drive their vehicle or take a bike. So if you're considering investing in a property for short-term investment purposes here on 30A, definitely make sure that you're looking at a property like this that has easy walkable access to the beach, with some actual beach access there and not just a walkover. We've got a storage closet over here. This house is full of storage, but check this out. Here's our first bedroom, and how cute is it? This is one of the most family/kid friendly properties I think I've ever seen here on 30A, and it's absolutely adorable. You can tell that this was one of the garages and has been converted, but it's absolutely lovely. We've got multiple owners' closets throughout the property, making it really easy to store stuff. Your laundry room is here, super sizable. And again, you've got some cabinets below, cabinets above, making it super efficient as well. And we've got this tile throughout. Absolutely love it. And of course, straight out this way, we're going to have the pool, but we're not going there right now. All right, here we have another bathroom. This one is super cool. So we've got a dual vanity here, and then we walk in. This is going to be accessible. This is an exterior door, so you can get here from the pool also. So you can come directly in and use the restroom, shower off, whatever you need, as opposed to having to come in that other door that we just saw. So this is basically like your pool shower and pool restroom, if you will. I'm gonna tell y'all like I tell my daughter, don't pee in the pool, that's all. This does connect to a bedroom down here. So this would be a guest suite. You do have a great closet over here. These open up to go to the pool, and it's so much more beautiful when you actually do that, but it was a little bit of a tight squeeze over there, so I didn't do it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and show you this pool while we're here, especially since it's stopped raining for the most part. Look at this. Got a little cooking spot here. Absolutely beautiful pool and hot tub. And it's sizable. A lot of the pools out here on 38 are not that big. This one's actually pretty solid and it's deep enough. So you're not gonna be like, oh, this isn't a real pool. No, it's a real pool with a really great outdoor seating area. I was hiding from the rain over here earlier. And look at this flooring. Absolutely love, I don't know if you would call them steel tiles or pavers out here. And those ones you'll call them pavers, but you know, sometimes my brain is just not gonna keep up with me. All right, and here we have a master downstairs. This is great in the event that you have a multi-generational family. You have multiple masters and all the kids can be super comfortable with their own bedrooms. And it's a really good size room. They've got 2 bathrooms that are pretty much in this style, and I think it's so adorable. I love this style of shower. The other one does have a bath, so don't freak out if you're like, oh my gosh, there are no baths on this floor. There is a bath upstairs. But I absolutely love when you don't have to put a glass or a curtain here and the water just maintains itself here and you just don't have to worry about it and don't have to worry about cleaning up hard water stains or any of that, or soap scum. Super sizable walk-in closet. This house is so incredibly cute. Even though it's been pouring outside, like the whole time I've been here. Of course, I had to come in and grab all my B-roll for social media and for this video. And so I was up and down these stairs over and over and over. But it just gets cuter every time I go to another floor. So we just saw a couple of the bedrooms downstairs, and now we're on the main living area up on the 2nd level. How cute is this? I love how the blue on the inside matches that there's blue on the exterior. So it's like everything just kind of comes together. It's like a happy, cheerful, beachy blue. It's not that white that we just keep seeing absolutely everywhere. We've even got some pinks. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice these shells before. Look at that. How cute. We even got a little starfish. Absolutely love this. I feel like they got all of these shells just out here. Very cool. And look at how big this back patio is. And of course, if you're normal people height, then you're looking at the water right now. But if you're my height, then not quite. I keep locking myself in. Someone's cooking out, I can smell it. It smells amazing. So we've got, you know, 2 kind of bump outs right here. So you can sit out here. I know this table looks really tall, and it is really tall to me. But to you guys, it would probably just be normal size. So sorry, you get my POV. This is more like my height. This is more my size. You guys are probably looking at this and you're like, oh, that looks like a regular style dining room. No, that's like coffee chair or coffee table stuff. So here we have it again. Right over here is going to be your beach access. So you're just right here, just right across the street. And I want to point out this driveway. So here on 30A, parking is kind of a big deal, right? There isn't a whole lot of it in most locations. And 30A is a pretty busy road. So having the ability to do a U-turn right here on site is huge. So I'm going to show it to you again. What's cool is that you just have this small island circle. So you can actually use this area here as like multiple turnaround spaces. So this is super beneficial if you're going to do an Airbnb or even just have multiple people over. You can just filter everybody through this way so they're kind of facing this way, and then they can just drive out when they're ready, depending on how many people you have. Absolutely love that feature. And I love that it stopped raining. Okay, so also love this open floor plan. So we have the living room over here and the dining space, so everybody can be kind of hanging out. We've still got plenty of space here at the counter for some stools. So there's so much room for people to just be hanging out, talking to each other, enjoying the space. And then we step into this kitchen, and at first glance, when you're kind of coming around this corner, you're thinking, oh man, this kitchen's kind of tucked away. I just don't know. It's gonna be kind of small. And then you realize, like, it's actually huge. This kitchen is massive. You've just got cabinets for days. I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but you do have gas, and that is fantastic. I definitely prefer to cook it with gas. And then this island already has a sink in it. That is fantastic. I would love using this space for like cleaning my vegetables and then putting them over here. I don't know why I would like that better than doing them in the regular sink like I do right now. I guess like contamination purposes maybe. And then of course, the monster fridge. We've got GE appliance packages. And then we have this massive pantry that they're also using for storage, but if you were to just use this as your pantry, I think you'd be good. Or even if you didn't use it at all for your pantry, because you have so much cabinet space throughout this kitchen. Absolutely beautiful. I love this shade of blue. It's very happy. Even the ceiling. Here on 30A, we see a whole lot of white. So we're seeing like shiplap everything, white everything. And then we come into this house and we've got this gorgeous blue, like a baby blue, like a beachy blue. And I don't know, it just makes my heart happy. And now here's something fun. We've got a pink half bath. Super convenient. Nobody has to go into the only bedroom on this floor in order to use the restroom. Everybody can be hanging out and then use the half bath here. I'll take us up here in a minute. And then here's that second master that I told you guys about. Look how big this room is. I'm not tall enough to reach these strands to pull these lights, so it would actually be much brighter in this room if I was a bit taller, but I'm not, so I apologize in advance. You do have a view of the pool out these windows, and we even have this little like princess balcony right here through these doors. How cute is that? Absolutely love it. I love this space. I don't know why. I've always felt like I needed like a little sitting area in my bedroom. I was thinking about it the other day. I was talking to my boyfriend and he was talking about, what do you call it? Like man caves. And I was like, man, what's the equivalent for a girl? Like our office? I know we've started this trend of like she sheds, but I think it's this. I think it's the seating area in the bedroom. I need one. All right, we'll go look at the bathroom now. How beautiful is this? This is the tub that I was talking to you guys about. Of course, we've still got the blue, which I absolutely love. Beautiful light fixtures. And this is more of a teal than the blue that we've been seeing throughout the property. That same style shower that I told you guys about. And then this huge soaking tub. I don't need a tub that big because I probably couldn't reach both sides of it, but I know there are a lot of people that would appreciate that. I mean, heck, I would still appreciate it even not knowing it. Okay, so I know you probably couldn't tell by looking at the property from the outside, but we actually have this fantastic beach view from that, I guess you would call it the Eagle's Nest, all the way at the top here. And I can't wait to show you how this porch wraps around completely. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to share some market insights with you along with some insurance questions that I keep getting. And there was something else. Oh, we're going to talk a little bit about hurricanes too, since we're close to the water. After I catch my breath. Oh my gosh. All right. Ooh-wee. So there's definitely a breaker flipped somewhere because I couldn't get the lights on. And well, y'all saw how out of shape I am trying to get up and down these stairs over and over. So we just don't have these overhead lights on, and it's my fault. It's not the seller's fault, but I love this space. We've got this like kitchenette area. You can have some beverages. Hey, maybe this is like the girls' area. This could totally be it. Instead of the man cave, the girls' cave, the girls' nest. And you do still have a half bath up here as well. Absolutely beautiful. Now, even though it just started raining, I'm still gonna take you guys out there. Also, check out these floors. I love how they've incorporated natural materials into the property. So we've got the natural stone, and then we've got the natural wood, the hardwood. Absolutely beautiful. Look, even in my height, little short me. And there's your beach access. Once again, you can see it right here. And that's the beach. Now check this out. So we can come around, and I love how we have these, like the shingled look here. It makes it very kind of, is Nordic the word? Kind of marine-like. Y'all are probably like, AJ, don't worry about the words, just show us. We've got the view of the pool down here. And this is actually a pretty wide, like, catwalk. So fun. And we've got that access to the restroom right here. Remember, I told you guys it's gonna rain every 15 minutes, or rather, if it rains, it's only gonna rain for 15 minutes. Look at that sky. This is what we have all the time here in Florida. Beautiful skies, beautiful beaches. Absolutely love it. When I was deployed to Iraq, we had some beautiful skies out there too, but it's a little different. You can get a little bit of a view of the waves breaking over here. I don't know if you can see them or not. But this is 30A right in front of us. So that is the thoroughfare going through 30A, and you're right on it. But inside the house, it was super quiet. I didn't hear any of it. And then you've just got the beach right there. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that view. I'm going to turn off these lights and then set you up downstairs, and we're gonna have a little chat about hurricanes, insurance, and what the market's doing. Oh, and I'll give you the price of this property too. Go ahead and take this opportunity to comment down below if you think you know what this property is going for. And I'll be right back. All right, so I told you guys we were gonna talk about insurance, hurricanes, and then what this property is going for and what the market's doing. So let's talk about hurricanes first, because that seems to flow like better order, because hurricanes will have to have a play in insurance, and then we'll get into the pricing. That works. All right, so hurricanes, yeah, we absolutely get them here in Florida. Wherever you're from, I'm sure you get some type of natural disaster, whether it be, you know, tornadoes or earthquakes or tsunamis, depending on where you're at. And those things have like zero lead up, right? Here in Florida, we're on Florida time. So our hurricanes give us about a week's notice, and they're like, hey, knock on the door. We're going to see you in about a week, okay? So make plans. Let us know what you're going to do. We'll be there when we get there. I don't really know how strong we're going to be yet. We'll let you know. So a couple days after that, we typically have a pretty good idea. You know, what level hurricane is it going to be? Where exactly is it going to hit, or pretty close to where is it going to hit? And we can make our plans from there. So typically, if it's a hurricane category 2 or higher, I'm going to get out of Dodge. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with no electricity. It's Florida, it gets hot and humid. I need my AC. I don't want to deal without potable water and hot showers. I don't want to deal with not having toilet paper because all the neighbors bought it up and they're going to go hashtag Florida man and ride it out with some booze. Love you guys. I'm just not here for it. So, there's just a lot of reasons that really all have to do with convenience and me being a little bit bougie. Do I think my house is going to up and leave? No, I'm really not worried about it. I've lived right on the water during hurricanes. I'm a Florida girl. Yes, I was in the Army for 12 years and traveled around a whole lot, but I was raised in Florida. I came back to Florida. I've been through numerous hurricanes. I know what they're all about. I know what to expect. And yes, I've lost some stuff, but ultimately, if that's going to happen, then regardless, I want to be out of the house. So whether it's just going to be an inconvenience or it's going to be dangerous, I don't want to be here for it. So that's my recommendation. Cat 2 or higher, leave the area, prep the house for, you know, something crazy. They have these really cool like noodles now that you can lay out in front of the property by the doors and stuff, and they'll like collect water while not allowing water to seep in. It's really cool. And they're so much lighter than sandbags and work really well, and they're reusable. The stuff that they come out with to protect your property is super cool. And they've got these accordion style shutters that you just like drag them from one end all the way to the other, and then you lock them up, and they're metal. They're fantastic. So many things that you can do to batten down the house and then leave, go on a little vacation, and then come back when everything's back to normal, or when it's at least at some point of normalcy enough where you can come back and be comfortable in your property and handle whatever damage went on, start your insurance claim, things of that nature. So perfect segue takes us into insurance. Yes, you can get insurance here, even right on the water. My house had insurance right on the water. It's not an issue. We have multiple carriers out here. We work with our buyers all the time. So I'm with the Emerald Group, and we cover everything from Pensacola to Panama City Beach, and we're always working. So, and all of our buyers were like, no, you need homeowners insurance. So it hasn't been an issue. If you get some crazy decrepit property that isn't, ready to be lived in, that's completely different. You're going to need like a builder style insurance as opposed to a standard homeowners insurance. But even that can be done as long as it's going to be flipped. So definitely not an issue with insurance. We here in Florida and the Emerald Coast, we feel like our insurance is a bit higher here on the coast, and it is compared to, say, Crestview, which has significantly higher elevation. However, if we go look at different states, according to y'all, our insurance rates actually aren't that bad, or our property taxes, which is really cool. Speaking of taxes, in case you didn't know, you don't pay state income taxes here in the state of Florida. So pretty cool. Help you maintain some of those funds. Some of the best ways to save your money is to just not give it out to things that don't benefit you. In any case, the last thing I want to talk to you about is the market that we're in right now. And because I wanted to give you actual numbers, I have a cheat sheet here because I batched these and I can't remember all of them at the same time. So the property that we're in right now, we're at 8035 East County Highway 30A. I already told you that, but this one is going for $4.7 million, and it has 3,923 square feet, putting us at $1,198 per square foot. So obviously this is a pretty solid property, right? We've got Gulf views directly out the windows on the second and third story. We've got the walkable beach access right here, and we've got a pool in the back, and we're sitting on 0.17 acres, which is actually pretty big for like being right on 30A. Currently, as far as active listings here in our specific area, we've got 30 properties, houses only. Their average list price is $3.6 million, and their average size is 2.7 or 2,700 square feet. Now, of those, so their average price per square foot is about 1,100, and then their average days on market is 209 days. And their average price adjustment is only at about 5%. So they're getting about 95% of what they list their property for, even at 200 days on the market. So if you're seeing the vast majority of the market, oh, it's getting brighter out, the sun's coming out, welcome to Florida, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to wait and I'm going to get a deal. We're not there. That was a little bit ago. Now, as far as what's pending, we have 3 total right now. Their average list price is $1.46 million, and their average size is about 1,000 square feet. They were sitting on the market for 169 days on average, and they were going for about $1,300 per square foot. Now, as far as what's actually sold in the past 90 days, there were 23 total, and their average sale price was $2.77 million, and their average was about 2,500 square feet. So they were going for about $1,160 per square foot. They sold for about 94% of what they were on the market for, and their average days on market was 161 days. So forget what I said earlier, because I was talking about actives, not sold. This is what happens when you go out of order. But still, we're seeing that their prices have only dropped by about 5% after being on the market for 209 days. And then if we compare that to what's actually sold, they've sold at 160 days at 94%. So still not crazy. So basically the ones that are on the market still have about another percentage off, as long as they are listing in the same kind of realistic realm that these ones that sold were. There are always going to be anomalies. This is why you have to work with a realtor and not just look at Zillow or realtor.com or something like that and say, oh, well, it says this. It's looking at averages, right? Zillow or realtor.com, they're not going to go in there and say, well, yeah, these properties sold at this amount and it was this percentage of what they originally listed for, and say, oh, but this person was listed correctly for the market, whereas this one was way out of whack, you know? So they can work really well for just looking at numbers, but they can't take into consideration things that an actual brain can, right? So I don't even think AI is there yet. I use AI for a whole lot of things, but that's not something that it can do. So that's just something to keep in mind. So as far as your takeaway, we're still in one of the strongest performing luxury markets. We're averaging about $1,150 to $1,200 per square foot. And the homes under 5 million continue to see a pretty healthy absorption within 4 to 6 months of inventory and steady pricing. I told you guys earlier, one of the best things that you can do if you're looking for an investment is find something that's super close to the Gulf that has easy access to it, especially with a lot of the beachfront drama that we've got going on here on 30A. If you're new to the channel, then you might not know about this, but we do have some beachfront property owners that are trying to claim the beach is their backyard and they own it and you can't trespass on it, and somehow they own a part of the Gulf of America, which is super fun. They go out there with signs and harass people. It doesn't matter if you have children with you, and they have these vendors out there that have these like hole digging dealies that they brandish like it's some kind of weapon or something. It's just really obnoxious and unfortunate that there's such greed in this area. So it's very important whenever you're looking for investments, specifically here on the 30A area, that you find something that has a direct access to the beach so you can forgo all of that drama. If you guys have any questions about what you should be looking at here along 30A, all my contact information is on the screen. I'm very happy to have a conversation with y'all. I love when you guys hit me up. Doesn't matter if it's a text, an email, a Facebook message, or seeing me at the farmer's market and saying hi. Absolutely love it. Sorry if I don't recognize you. Obviously, I haven't seen y'all. Y'all have seen me. So keep that in mind. I'm not rude. I am awkward though. As far as what we're close to, we're here in the kind of more of like the eastern side over here, and we've got super close access to 98. There's all kinds of places to eat right here on 30A. I just love the food here too. I will say, if you're looking here and you were over at Panama City Beach before, Panama City Beach, I like it. I really do. I feel like I'm always talking smack about it, but that's not the intent. But I haven't been anywhere where I enjoy the food yet. If you're a restaurant out on Panama City Beach, a restaurant owner, and you're watching this and you're like, our food is great, let me know. I'll come try it. And if I feel like your food is great, I'll give you a shout out on the channel. But I'll also do the other if it's not. I'm sorry, because I'm always going to be honest. But all of that to say, fantastic area. I love this house. A lot of people are kind of stepping away from the, oh, it's just all white and it's cookie cutter and it looks like all the other houses. They want something with character. They want something that feels like a home. Even when they're booking as short-term rentals, they're like, I want to feel like I can be comfortable there. I don't want to feel like I have to be scared that my kids are going to touch a tile on the floor wrong and it's going to shatter. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking for properties here. And this property would absolutely make a wonderful Airbnb or a primary residence, or even a second home that maybe you rent out short term when you're not using it to help offset some of those mortgage fees. Also, there's no HOA here, so you're not cutting into your profit margins if you were to use it as an investment property. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you get notified every time I do another video. If you'd like to see more, you can click on this card over here and it'll take you to another video. Otherwise, I will see y'all at the next one. Bye, y'all.